Hi, good morning. My name is FeleciaMarie, and it's wonderful to see you guys today. This is January 4th, 2022. Yay! Today, I woke up, kind of sleepy, but once I started to, get up, I realized my brain is, all over the place. So, I figured I would take a few minutes, drink some coffee, sit down, kind of relax, and then we would pull some cards. I feel like from now on, instead of doing, the whole collective as a whole, I've decided to do for people who are solely just on the same wavelength as me. They're the same frequency, we're on the same path, so to speak. Like, we connect with each other, if I can help them, then by all means, I want them to be able to find messages in my readings. But I've decided that instead of just reading for the collective as a whole, just read for like-minded, energetic individuals. So with that being said, I'm going to shuffle, and we're just going to get into some card pulling because I'm going to try and make this a relatively quick video. As so many cards fall out. Okay, so first, right off the bat, a lot of you are in kind of this mindset where you feel like you have to think, where you feel like you have to contemplate, you have to really focus, and you have to kind of not necessarily control the outcome of something, but you feel as if there's so much stuff that you need to do, and so much stuff that you have to get done, and so many different variables that you feel like you need to take care of in order for certain things that you want to happen. And it's even more evident in what I'm about to say with the fact that there is the Three of Cups underneath that, which is about celebration, right? You need to celebrate the achievements that you've had so far. That is a big thing that I have seen a lot of people talk about. One thing my friend and I, my coworker and I, her and I talk a lot about, both not just our journey together that we have with our career and our work life that we are intertwined together with, but also our individual lives and where we help each other in our individual personal lives. And so we talk a lot about this stuff, and lately her and I have been talking a lot about how it feels like no matter what we do, nothing is going right. And that's not true. It only feels like that because we are attempting to control everything. We are attempting to take God out of the equation, or take spirit out of the equation. And that's not the way that you do things. That's not the way that things manifest for you, right? In order for us to have a true harvest, there has to be some patience with the work, right? You can't just, there has to be some trust, there has to be some faith. You can't just assume that just because you do something, it's going to work out, because that's not the way things work, right? That is our ego talking. That is our pride, our, I don't want to say necessarily the masculine side of it, but I do feel as if it's maybe the stronger and more definite aspect of a masculine. When you feel like you have to control something, you're kind of just done, right? When you feel, or when you think you know what's best, you kind of just go. You do all of this stuff. You're like, okay, everything is done, but now what? Now you don't have the patience or the mental capacity, and I don't mean that in a wrong way, because I do the same thing, but you don't have enough patience to sit there and wait and watch your harvest yield, right? To see what you yield this year. You don't wait for that. You're just like, I did this work, I want it now, it needs to happen now. I need to move on to the next task. Let's go. Like let me finish this. And that is a big reason why a lot of people have a lot of anxiety these days, and why a lot of us are overstimulated with things, because when we do have that moment of peace, a lot of us view that as being overstimulated. But anyways, that's a whole nother topic. But so a lot of you need to be patient. It is time now for us to sit back and just let everything happen as it may, right? We have done the work, we have put in our effort, we have really changed the way that we view things, the way that we view ourselves, the way that, we announce ourselves out in the public. We have changed the way we react to things. Personally, for me, I have changed the way that I not only react to certain things in my life, but also the non-reaction. For me, for the longest time, one of the things, especially, not the last 3 years, well, some of the last 3 years, but, the years prior to that, since I was about 14, I have slowly begun to shut off my emotions, shut off my body, shut off anything and everything that makes me me, right? I went through a lot of hard times, and a lot of pain had occurred. So I took it upon myself to make myself disappear. So I didn't have to feel anything. I didn't have to see anything. I didn't have to understand. It didn't have to hurt. Sorry guys. But anyways, and it hurts that I let myself get that bad. I shut everything down. And it's made it very hard to kind of relate to people. But anyways, we went through that time, guys, we've done all of this hard work, and now it's just kind of time to just sit back and wait and relax, and to let God and Spirit and our ancestors do what they do best, and that is provide for us, and that is make our dreams come true, and that is help us see when there needs to be something that is seen, help us understand our lesson, help us see the blessings, help us in all ways, shape, form, or fashion. That is what they do. They are there for us because they love us, and they're not going to let us go, For some of you, I do feel as if, this is, for some of you, I do feel like this is there is the contemplation that is taking place for you. There is the thinking, there's the contemplation of, the things that you have done in your life, I don't want to necessarily say major events, because they could be something minor, but it had a major impact on you. Those things shape you who you are, and there are some things that are rooted in those quote-unquote traumas, and I don't want to call them a trauma, but experiences. There are instances in those experiences that have helped make you you, right? That are the reason for your drive, or the reason for your attitude, So once you not only figure out what those reasons are, but maybe somehow transmute whatever negative feelings you have towards those experiences, if you transmute them into something better, you truly understand the lesson, right? And you're sitting there, you're relaxing, Now the work is inward. It's no longer about the things that are around you. It's the work that you're doing within yourself. So you're going to sit there, you're going to relax, you're going to look inward, you're going to finish whatever healing is left. That way at the end of the day, there is that balance. Because the truth is we have to work on healing ourselves every single day. Because there are those around us and there are those that we associate with who are not healed or who are at a different position in their journey, right? And so sometimes we carry that energy with us. Sometimes we take it from them and we don't realize it. Sometimes we bring that stuff home, and when that happens, you have to consciously be aware of it, and you have to consciously work to heal that. That was a specific thing for some people. Like I said, for other people, this is a time when you have done all of your work. It is now just time to relax, to celebrate, take it easy, have some fun. Go out with your friends. Go, just be with people who you love and who bring the light and who help you take what is dark within you and turn it into something beautiful. Because we can't be us without the darkness, right? You can't be one without the other. You can't be whole. And the difference between a lot of people these days is a lot of people believe that in order to be whole, you have to be nice, you have to be good, you have to be everything perfect, and that there is no gray area when that is not the case, right? If you take black and you take white, it makes gray. There is nothing else that it makes. It blends it together, and when it is blended, it's smooth. Everything works, right? And I'm not saying, that we should have I'm not condoning anything, but what I am saying is that in order to truly be happy with the life that you have, and in order to truly understand what is happening within your life, you have got to be whole. And the only way that happens is if you take the darkness within yourself and you transmute it into goodness, or you transmute it into something that is beautiful, that is beneficial towards you. You can have a bad attitude, but use it in a good way. You can be a bitch, but only be a bitch to those who are being a bitch back, right? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be a nice person and let somebody walk all over you. You can be a nice person but still stand up for yourself. You can be a nice person but still tell somebody off, right? I'm going to pull one more card. Actually, I am just curious. Wow, okay, so there were a lot of cards underneath the Judgment card, and I didn't look at them, I was kind of ignoring them, but we've got the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and then the Two of Pentacles. So what I'm taking with this is that, yes, the work's been done for both of your halves, right? It is very significant that we have the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles with the Three of Wands in between them, because that Three of Wands card, especially depicted in this deck, is almost like it's a bridge, right? It's almost like it's that connecting factor. And the Seven of Wands is going through and figuring out your purpose, figuring out what it is that you want, figuring out, what is important to you and what it is that you want to work on, right? So we've got something that's important. That is your Judgment, right? You have gone through, you've done the work. So now you're taking both halves of yourselves, both halves of the things around you, so your Queen of Pentacles and your King of Pentacles. So the abundance within your feminine, the abundance within your masculine, regardless of whatever that abundance is towards, it is coming together to then create the Two of Pentacles, which here is even more significant because it's represented with the infinity sign wrapped in red. Now, red is the symbol that a lot of people use for fate or for destiny. I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast. It is a symbol that a lot of people use for fate or for destiny, and so that's important because that means the coming together of something. As we split the deck to shuffle, we have the Death card, which is the rebirth of the rebirth of something, right? Or the ending of one thing to then become another, right? Think of a butterfly, like almost like a cocoon. Again, we have the Seven of Cups card, which we had before, which is, again, the taking the time to look at the things around you, figure out what necessarily is important, but to also see the good in the things that you have accomplished. See the lessons in the things that you have made possible. We have the Ten of Cups, which is a celebration. Then we have the Two of Cups, which is a union. So celebrating a union, regardless of whether or not that is a actual physical union between you and somebody else. I saw 1515 on my clock. Whether that's an actual union between you and a physical person, or if that's a union between you and your halves, right? That is very possible. We also have the Hermit card here, which again speaks to going inwards, taking the time to be by yourself. Maybe for some of you, you have been by yourself for far too long, and now you need to go and you need to go out and actually do something, make something of yourself. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but go out and have fun, be something, do something that you normally wouldn't do, right? We have all been stuck in the house for months, years. We are, what, the third year into 14 days to stop, to slow the spread, or whatever freak that bullcrap was. Guys, time's not going back to normal. We're not going back to the way that we were, but we need to remember that our purpose is to be whole. Our purpose is not to own a business or even help the world. If that is what you feel makes you whole, then by all means incorporate that into your purpose. But always remember that your purpose, first and foremost, is to be whole. So that way when you die and you go and you get the chance to meet God and stand in the hallway before you're at the gates, you can tell God whether or not you did it, whether or not you are whole. Because if you're not whole, what's the point in having an eternity if you don't even have your whole self? You don't know yourself. So go back. Guys, enjoy your day. Remember to love yourself, love your friends, love your family, love your neighbors. Don't let anybody walk all over you. I feel like the next few weeks, a lot of us are going to be tested, not in a physical sense, but in an emotional, spiritual sense, to see what can trigger us and what can't. Anyways, I love you guys. I hope this resonated with anybody. This is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be because, again, I babble. Can't help it. It happens sometimes, all the time. But anyways, I love you guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye.